so we'll get started.
Right
Thank
on.
you guys for joining me today. My name is Marie Franklin, and I am a food and nutrition student at the University of Alabama. So I've brought you today to talk a little bit about whole grains and what you have to gain from incorporating them into your diet. So to lay the foundation, I just wanted to share some statistics with you. So currently in the United States, about 60% of American adults have some sort of chronic disease, and the leading cause of death of those chronic diseases is heart disease. So there are a number of risk factors that contribute to that. One of the biggest ones is high cholesterol. So specifically, as more studies are showing us more information, we're finding that low levels of the good cholesterol is a big issue. So we're going to talk a little bit today about how you can increase your levels of HDL, which is the good cholesterol, and then manage your overall serum cholesterol. So you might be asking yourself, what is a whole grain? So I know that you guys are probably familiar with grains, but I have some whole grains in front of you. So we have wild rice, popcorn, quinoa, brown rice, some whole grain crackers, and whole grain steel cut oats over there as well. Yeah, so feel free to pick them up, shake them around. Whole grains come from plants like wheat, barley, oats, and rice. And whole grains are broken up into two categories. So we have whole grains and then we have refined grains. So the whole grains are minimally processed, if processed at all, and they still have the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. So they have that full grain intact, and they're more nutrient dense. Whereas refined grains, you take away the husk, the bran, and the germ, and you're just left with something that can easily be pulverized. It's really shelf stable. It's used to make cereals, white breads, all kinds of different products that have a long shelf life, but they're stripped of some of those essential nutrients like B vitamins, iron, and fiber. So to recap, can somebody give me some examples of whole grains that you could find in your diet, either on the table or otherwise?
I eat a lot of brown rice.
Brown rice?
Yeah.
Quinoa. Yeah.
My dad eats a lot of popcorn.
Definitely these same exact crackers.
Those ones from
We get,
Costco?
Those
yeah.
crackers look
These-
familiar.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
they
We eat
Are
those.
these like serving sizes here?
Yeah, so that's a really good observation. So these are actually 1 ounce of whole grains,
Oh, nice.
which is equivalent to a serving size once you cook it. So good eye.
Yeah, but when you put water in it, it grows.
Yeah.
It'll grow a lot, yeah. And we'll get into servings as well. You can have more than 1 serving in a meal, that's totally fine. So you might be thinking, what's so special about whole grains? So as I had mentioned before, they're a really great source of iron. So iron is essential in bringing oxygen from your lungs to different parts of your body. So specifically your muscles, it's a really key function. Also, they're full of fiber, so they're good for those regular bowel movements. They're gonna keep you full. And they are also going to feed the good bacteria in your gut. So high fiber diets are really good for your gut health. And then they're also a source of B vitamins. So B vitamins help your body turn the food that you eat into energy. So they're used in that mechanism. And then whole grains are also rich in carbohydrates, so that macronutrient that we all need. It's actually your brain's preferred source of fuel. So your brain is going to pull from your carbohydrate stores first when it's looking for energy. So it'll keep you sharp and it keeps your body firing off the way that it's supposed to fire off. So diets rich in whole grains are proven to increase the good cholesterol in our body. So again, that HDL cholesterol is the good cholesterol. The way that I try to remember it is HDL, we want it to be high, and LDL, we want it to be low. So high and low. So what HDL does in the body is it scavenges for the LDL, that bad cholesterol. So it either pulls it from existing stores or it displaces it, so the LDL has nowhere to go, and then it just gets excreted in your body's natural waste. So if you eat more whole grains, you've got a good chance of increasing your HDL and then lowering your overall cholesterol. So all of these grains are good at it, all whole grains are, but oatmeal is particularly good at it. So we're gonna get into a little bit deeper into oatmeal in a little bit. So just to recap, I wanna see if you guys remember what we started with. So what chronic disease do whole grains help reduce the risk of?
Heart disease.
Heart disease, yes. And how do they do that? What is happening in the body when you're eating whole grains?
It increases your HDL and lowers your LDL.
Yes, Dean, with the very
So
specific
burgeoning.
terminology. Thank you. So let's talk a little more about serving sizes. You brought up a good point. You'd asked if this is a serving size. It is. So a 1 ounce equivalent is a serving size of whole grains. So the dietary guidelines for Americans, which is something that's put out by a panel of professionals every 5 years, it's easy to access on the internet. It suggests that adult males eat anywhere from 7 to 10 servings of grains a day, and females should be eating 6 to 9 servings of grains per day. Of those servings, whole grains, we want to target 3 to 5 servings per day in those servings. So a serving size example of whole grains would be a half a cup of cooked whole grain pasta, or a half a cup of rice, or a half a cup of oatmeal. So this morning I had a cup of oatmeal for breakfast. So that was 2 servings of whole grains right there. We could also do 3 cups of cooked popcorn as 1 serving. And of course the 1 ounce dry grain as we see here. So with that knowledge, how many whole grains, if you guys had to guess, do you think the average American eats every day?
1 to
2.
Yeah, I'd say 2.
So it's 1. Yeah, the average American eats 1 serving of whole grains per day. So there's definitely room to increase. So what are some ways that you guys think that you could add more whole grains to your diet?
Choosing brown rice over white rice.
Yeah, so you could swap a whole grain in and take a refined grain out. That's a good way.
Maybe like whole wheat or grain bread over like sourdough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know about that one.
I've even seen whole grain sourdough in the stores now.
Oh, really?
Which is
Wow.
really, yeah,
Pretty good.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You could also add grains to a salad. I really like adding cooked quinoa, or some people like puffed quinoa, like to a leafy green salad. I think it kind of helps balance it out and fill you up a little longer. So yeah, there's a number of ways. And then just to recap before we go into the next section, do you guys remember which of these grains is really extra good at lowering serum cholesterol?
Oatmeal.
The oatmeal, yeah. So we're gonna get into a little activity. I needed a volunteer for this activity.
I'll do it.
Okay. Come on up.
Beat me to it, huh?
So if you could just pump some hand sanitizer and then put those gloves on, please. So I'm gonna teach you guys a way to incorporate oats into your diet when you're on the go in a smoothie. So you can cook the oatmeal the day before, or you can do overnight oats, which is simply equal parts liquid and oatmeal. You put it in the fridge and it's hydrated and ready to go for the morning. And then you can build your smoothie however you like from there.
Shall I bend over?
It looks like such a barbecue guy.
Cough. Yeah, this is so backyard barbecue.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the smoothie ingredients into the NutriBullet, blend it, and then I'll give you guys a chance to try the oatmeal smoothie.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah, just go for it.
Any particular order?
Nope, just everything goes into the smoothie bin. So we have peaches, we have blueberries, we have oat milk, and we have some overnight oats that are
That's
already
good.
cooked.
Carl, looks good.
Hey, that gets you on smoothie life.
And if you guys do
I do
decide
like
to make a
smoothies.
smoothie like this, you can prep it the night before. The frozen fruits and veggies are really easy because you can just dump them straight out of the bag. You don't have to clean them. It's very simple. You might have to give that a little shake. Oh, and in the overnight oats, I hope it comes out. I don't have a utensil.
Probably grab one.
You got a pen.
We have a pen. Well, you do have sterile gloves on.
Yeah.
Oh. Pat, we have to censor this part.
Yeah. Can we edit this out? Yeah, edit this out.
Not safe for work. Wow, that was He has long fingers.
There are some napkins, if need be.
Might be a little.
Wow, you really?
Yeah, so the liquid, let's see how it goes
Oh,
down.
so-
Maybe add just half of what's left there. Perfect. Okay, that should be good. So we're gonna close it up, blend it for about 30 seconds. Everything is good and softened, so it should blend pretty quickly here. All right.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and serve this up, and while I'm doing that, on the back side of your guys' handout, there is a little smoothie recipe. So you have a base recipe and some examples of ingredients that you could put into a smoothie in the center. And then on your right-hand side, you can make your own smoothie recipe. So get creative, fill in the blanks, and I'll give you guys a couple minutes to fill those out, and I'll give you some smoothies, and then at the end, we can all share our recipes.
Marie, is the one we're having today the one right here? Peach, blueberry, cardamom.
It is. So the recipe that we're having today is on the side panel. And I can't remember if I mentioned, there was a pinch of cardamom in the oatmeal.
So liquid. Oh, oatmeal. Oh, almond.
Dean? Dean.
You put protein powder right here.
Actually, I will. It's right there, dog.
Water, protein powder.
Dean? That's
Blank.
actually true.
Fruit is blank.
Creatine.
Yeah, creatine is the fruit.
Josh, fruit is avocado for you, Josh?
That's one of them.
You're welcome.
What's better? Have you tried almond milk versus oat milk
I love.
Thank
I like
you.
it way better without milk.
in smoothie?
Yeah.
Ah,
I just like the flavor a lot better. It's
yeah.
one milk's so tasteless.
Here you go. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes, so we'll just go around, let's share our recipes, and we don't want to yuck anyone's yum, let's keep it encouraging. If you like what you hear, feel free to shake the grains, give everybody a little encouragement.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, anybody who wants to start, please just
What are we doing?
sharing our recipes, our smoothie recipes. So what would you put in your smoothie?
I'll go ahead. Mine's half a cup of oats plus almond milk plus bananas and mixed berries plus
Whoa.
chia seeds and protein powder.
Oh yeah.
Dang, this guy went
I
ham.
like that.
Oh.
And what would you put in yours?
I'm good.
Dean, what would you
Oh.
put in yours?
I'm really behind. I have
Dean?
We can come
oatmeal.
back to you.
Okay.
Come on, dog.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Oat milk with
C4.
banana, berries, apples, and peaches. And then extras, protein powder, nut butter, flax seeds, and chia seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Kicking my ass, Clark.
Mine's oat milk with
Come on, dog.
bananas, berries, and peaches, spinach, a touch of agave, and nut butter.
Wow, that sounds delightful.
Woo!
No shake for you.
No
Alright,
shit.
mine's the oats plus water, blueberries, banana, mango, and then chia and flaxseed.
Yum, I love blueberry mango. All right, Dean,
Well
no
done.
pressure.
Alright, I have oat milk with bananas, strawberries, and yogurt, which is like
Classic.
Yeah,
It's like a rip off my favorite Jamba.
it sounds delicious though. I like that.
And I'll add oatmeal too. Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
double oat.
So thank you guys for sharing all those. Just to kind of wrap it up, I just want to remind you guys of some of the key takeaways that I hope that you'll remember. So a diet rich in whole grains helps you increase your good cholesterol,
Mhm.
which decreases the risk of heart disease. So that's a big one, and I hope that you learned a lot. I just want to thank you a lot for your participation, for your time, and for being such a nice crowd to do this workshop with. So thank you.
Well done, Victory.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Marie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It
Thank you.
was really good.
Actually, this smoothie is pretty good.
For the rest
I like
of
the-
it, I'm really glad I wore this because you guys were making me laugh and I was like